Okay, this is day 5 of 30 days of behind the scenes in business. So you're actually seeing me get ready because I had just like the craziest, not crazy, like a wild real life entrepreneur moment. My husband's on a trip for the weekend, so we were just saying our like goodbyes for the weekend. I'm solo parenting. It's the last day of school, so which means half day. It means that my daughter goes to school for like 3 hours and then I gotta pick her up. So I can only work for 3 hours today. So I only have one client session today, which is gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be amazing. And then I was gonna try to run before that session to kind of move my body, which is something I do. Wow, I can't talk and do this. Hold on. I can't do. This is how good I am at makeup, guys. I like to run to move my body. I store a lot of emotions in my body and it's just really helpful. My hands are shaking too because the caffeine is hitting me. So I was gonna run before that session, but it didn't happen because for some reason, since like 3 o'clock yesterday, we've had 4 client inquiries, which is amazing. Like I'm not complaining about that, but it just was a lot of like responding to those. I hopped on a consult call, which I felt was super enthusiastic. Well, for me, it was I feel so good about like just talking about what I do. I love what I do and I'm really confident about it. And I know it's not for everybody and that's okay. But I just love those calls where people are like, I feel so seen and cared for and like motivated. Like that's the goal for therapy, at least. I'm probably not in therapy if you have a different business. But so that was such a really good call to just help a client know like how we can work together, how the team works. And I'm excited. I'm feeling really positive, which is like behind the scenes. Month of May was really scary. Not scary, anxiety inducing as a business owner. The therapy market is changing a lot. It is really slow for a lot of people, and we are specifically a private pay practice because of the work that we do with couples and how insurance really does not reimburse couples therapy very well or accurately for the work that we do. And so things have just been really light. This is how my hair is going to be today. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Things have been really light and it's been stressful when you're an entrepreneur and you are helping people pay their bills and you're trying to pay your own and you're like, what am I going to do? It's just a different market, way different than the pandemic season of being a therapist. And it's, I spent a lot of May applying for jobs, because I was panicking. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't make people work with me as much as I believe in the work I do. And I know I'm impactful. You can't be like, you have to work with me. That doesn't work in any business. And so it was a really stressful month. And so waking up to 4 client inquiries feels really good. And the anxiety's still there. Like, will they convert? Will my practice pick back up again? And I'm sharing it because this is the behind the scenes of this, because I know that there are a lot of therapists who are feeling that way. I've talked with a lot. I've been networking a lot because I have space, and that's a great way to share what I do, especially since I changed how I work with couples since October. But it's been really stressful and really hard, as a therapist, as an entrepreneur, and even just like my identity and not my worth. My worth is not on the line, but that identity of like, who am I and why is this happening? And just when you are not even an entrepreneur, but when you are an entrepreneur, there are so much imposter syndromes and self-doubt and you can really get in your head. And it is so important to connect with people who remind you who you are, to work on your mindset. So one thing I've been doing, if you watch Chelsea Explains It All on Instagram, she's hilarious, wonderful, so many great tips. I actually have only done it twice, so let me be real, but my intention is to do it every day. I have been writing in a journal about how I want my days to be. And so essentially like manifesting the days I want to have, or getting my brain focused on that instead of how I'm not having the weeks of work that I want to have or the days I want to have, really focusing. So the other day it was like, I want to wake up and enjoy my mornings with my kiddo and laugh and dance and play. And then I want to hop on a consult call and I want to do a business coaching session. And then I want to do a couples therapy session and an individual session. And then I want to wrap it up and work out. I'm essentially just writing like, if this actually happened, this is my journal entry. And I'll tell you what, mindset is so key and impactful. I woke up on Tuesday. I did that on Monday. I had the best morning with my daughter. We were laughing. She was following the instructions to get ready on time. We had a great morning. Now, not every morning. Yesterday morning was not like that, but it was powerful. Like, oh, I'm putting my mind on how I want to feel and how I want to be. And when we center our attention on those things, we start to look for proof that it can happen. We can also look for proof and sabotage it of how it can't happen, which we're all capable of doing. But it's been really helpful. And so that's going to be a practice I keep doing, just manifesting what I want my day. And honestly, today is starting out that way. Like, I did a consult call with a potential client. That felt so amazing. I'm about to hop into a client session that I know is going to be amazing too. And then I'm going to pick up my daughter and her friend, and we're going to have a great afternoon. I'm going to go get a massage that I haven't had in 2 months because I was sick last month, and it's going to feel so good, but it's going to be feeling so painful. And so manifesting and your mindset is so key as a business owner. Okay, so let me tell you what I did prior, because I have been working here and there. I responded to all client inquiries that came in. If my VA didn't do it, I did it. I also, every Friday, I track the finances because I'm also the chief financial officer of this business. I try to move 40% to savings from what we took in that week so that I'm saving for taxes and all of that. I'll be honest, that has not been feasible over the last few months with how challenging the work environment has been, but I was able to do that today and hope that will be the new movement going forward. So I always calculate that and put it in an Excel sheet that I keep to keep that updated. On Fridays, I also go through, we have a clinical intern. I go through and I make sure I've read through all her notes and signed off on them. If there's anything that needs to be updated or she just needs to be in the loop about, I'll shoot her an email if there's any updates. She's doing great with her notes, so most of the time I don't have to do that. But sometimes there's an occasional like, hey, let's modify this or work on this. And then I also typically try to like prep for the next week. So if I have a client session where the client's going to need like a document or something we're doing in that session, I will send that. I'll send it in my email so that it goes out 2 days before their session, which I haven't done that. And I'm just having an aha. I need to do that for one of my sessions on Mondays, and today's Friday. So I need to do that. But that's what I'm doing to move the needle forward today. It's a lot of like admin, responding to emails. I'm making this video, and a lot of today will just be focused on just a very short work day and then being present. I'll probably get to do work here and there with my daughter and her friend being here. They play really well together. But I also just want to celebrate the end of the school year. This is their last day of school, and I just want to celebrate with them and kind of welcome in summer before they start summer camp next week. So not a busy work day. I might make one of these videos tomorrow and Sunday. I may not. Part of the things that I want to work on manifesting for like how I spend my weekends is that I actually spend my weekends present with my family, resting and recovering, and not always being in like half of that mode and half work mode. Being a small business owner is you can truly clock off, but you don't really often. Like I haven't met an entrepreneur who does that really well yet without having like everything delegated. And I'm okay with that. Like I love being an entrepreneur. It just, sometimes it's like, oh, it's Saturday. I just want to read a book and not think about any of this. But you do think about it. So that is a dream of mine, to really manifest getting to that place of I log off for Sunday and Saturday, and I really just recover and make sure I'm fueling myself and filling my cup back up and being really present with my family. So this is day 5. I will be back on Monday if you don't see me tomorrow or Sunday, or maybe I'll upload multiple videos on Monday, but that's day 5. So you know, if you want to do this as well, I talked with someone in my Instagram messages of you can do 30 days behind the scenes of your business, or 30 days of just being visible. Like that's one of the goals of this too, is like practice being visible, practice sharing about what you do. What you do matters. It's important. You are doing a service that is needed. Don't be shy. Don't be hiding behind your business. So I just want to challenge you. You can do your own challenge. 30 days of joy, 30 days of eating healthy, 30 days of drinking a glass of water when you wake up in the morning. I don't know, like make your own challenge and do it and share it. The cool thing about video and our phones is that like we can get behind the scenes and we get to look into people's lives in a way we haven't. I think we need to be boundaried in ways, right? We don't need to see everything going on in our lives. But there's something really powerful of just like allowing yourself to be visible and known and seen. So join me if you want. Okay, see you next week.